So if you've never heard the phrase, and I'm probably going to mess it up now I'm trying to remember it, the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. So the sum of the parts, right, sum, we add things together, but the whole. So if you think about like Phoenix 7th grade, like when we went to camp, right, the whole, the group, what we can accomplish together is more than each of us individually put together, right? Because working together, we have more power than we would individually, and then saying, oh, here's my individual contribution, here's your individual contribution, let's put those together. But our individual work does matter, so let's look at the practice goals form. How you like that for a segue? Let's look at the practice goals form. We're going to close this out for last chapter. So you may or may not have given yourself credit for past 413, because then 414, 5, 6, 7, I forget if we actually checked those in person in class, and we're going to talk about how Schoology is going to have our answer key for us to be able to check on our own. Wherever you ended, it's okay if you marked 4, 5, 6, 7 on here. It's okay if you didn't. But wherever you ended, whatever percent you got, let's go ahead and put this up here. And if you want to go ahead and put 4, 5, 6, 7 on here, like if you took care of those, they were done, they were on time, like obviously you can give yourself 2s, and that might bump your, should bump your percentage up. But then once we go ahead and write down our end percentage for this chapter, we're going to flip to the back. We're going to set it up for the new chapter. And chapter 5 is not that big, actually. So chapter 5 is what we're going to put on here. And you're going to set a goal for yourself that I would push to be at least what your goal was last chapter. I'd say even more, probably. Right? Like, were you happy with what you did last chapter? And if so, I mean, maybe you just want to do the same. Maybe you set a pretty high goal for yourself last chapter. But if you let yourself like slip by with just a goal of like 80%, maybe bump that up to 85. Right? If you had 85, maybe bump that up to 90. So for chapter 5, decide what your goal is. And our first homework is going to be 511. I doubt that I actually get 2 lessons covered today. We might start 512, but I really, like, that stuff's probably all going to bump. So let's talk about the homework board, right? You probably wrote down the whole week yesterday. That's fine. You do not need to change your plan book. When I change the board over there, all it does is give you more time. So if you use your plan book and say, oh, 511 should be done tomorrow because you wrote it down for Monday, that's good. Sure isn't a bad thing, right? So you don't need to change your plan book even when I change my board. Okay, and if we don't get to 512 today, I'll erase it and just leave it on Wednesday. Then I'll probably erase 521 and you guys get the picture, right? That's why it's a dry erase board. I can change it. All right, today you need out 511. You can put the goals form away. The Desmos I talked about yesterday is optional. You can just do it for fun if you want. So it is Marble Slides Mini Golf. Not right now, obviously, so outside of class. It is fun. And here's chapter 5. All of it. That's it.
Oh.
This is chapter 5.
Oh.
There are 6 homeworks.
Oh.
That's it.
That's really short.
Yeah. So then we'll have some closure Jenga, and then we have a mid-course closure, like mid-course reflection. That'll probably also be a Desmos. There's a cool Desmos activity we'll probably just do for that one. Anyone interested in reading? Ooh, both at the same time. Let's go. So, Nick, go ahead and read the paragraph, and then Lucy, you got the questions.
So far in this course, you have used your equation mat and or symbols to find solutions for all types of linear equations with one variable. Today, you will learn how to apply these skills to solving linear equations with 2 variables. As you work today, keep these questions in mind.
What is a solution to an equation? What does it look like? What is the growth factor? And what is the y-intercept?
Awesome. So obviously the first couple questions we have on here are not on your paper since your first question is 5-4, but you do need this out. Anyone need 5-1-1? You need to deliver it to you. So we should be looking at the front of it, right? Not the back of it, because if you're looking at the back, that makes me feel like you're sneakily trying to do your homework. All right. So, guys, I had some people coming up and asking me about this stuff on their homework, and you were working in the future. We hadn't really had a reminder about this, but we're still getting back into the regular swing of things. What should we have out every single day, no matter what?
Graph paper.
Graph paper. So if you don't have graph paper, you probably want to get that out. But again, I don't really control what you do. we really request. Well, for most things. I guess for things with grades, that kind of is different. And then let's write down y equals 4x plus 5. So while working with the height of a tree, we found the relationship to be this. And actually, we're about to do a tree term. Excuse me, I forget exactly when that is, but like a bunch of stuff all about trees. We'll do some things with like growth and modeling and stuff like that. I might even teach you guys some trigonometry. Seriously, trigonometry is like a great, it's probably my favorite branch of math. I mean, algebra is pretty powerful, but trigonometry is really fun. And it's a good pun. So, I want you to turn to your neighbor and talk about what this equation tells us about the tree if we know that y is its height in feet and x is the number of years after it was planted, right? After it was planted. Turn to your neighbor, your partner, your teammate, not raise your hand and talk to me. If you have a question, ask your teammates. You got 5 on the sheet, and you should have graph paper in front of us. We're writing this stuff on our graph paper. Alright, so we should be writing this stuff on our graph paper. We're writing this stuff on our graph paper. Remember that we are a team of 3 back here. So when we turn to talk, let's make sure we involve Noah. Alright, what was the tree? What was the height of the tree? And how much did you write the tree? It's a fast story. That's like bamboo or something. You know bamboo is like grows so much that you can like watch it grow. It's like that's like literally. Now you have to like record it and speed it up, but it literally like they did it on MythBusters because they did a bunch of bamboo myths. Yeah.
We have bamboo in our backyard. We have a
Curious if I know where you live, because I know a few of the houses with bamboo. And can I come dig some up? Can I come like steal some? Hey, let's not talk about where people live on the YouTube.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Well, an area about my house.
this is where I live.
I live at
I'm gonna come steal some, so I want some in my backyard. But it's an invasive plant, so you gotta be careful when you plant it. Alright, Violet, what? A asked us, what was the starting height and how can we tell?
It was 5 because if it was 0 years after it was planted, 4 times 0 is 0.
Yeah, starting height, I love that you said that. If x is 0, if we plug in 0 years, 4 times 0, because we know a number right up against a variable, multiplication, and we get a starting height of 5, which in our, no, didn't mean to do that. Guys, this is what we call a like parent function or a generic equation. So the parent function would be y equals x, but then beyond that, because now we're not proportional, guys, these are not proportional relationships, our generic equation is now y equals, who remembers, it's not just x.
MX plus B.
Yeah, it's this mx plus b. So what we're going to say is this is our b value, or our y-intercept. It's at 5. Draw a quick, doesn't need to be nice, xy axes.
That makes sense.
We're going to label the x, years. We're going to label the y, height. You could even just label it feet.
Because I'm 2 feet tall.
So then we would start at 5. Sam, what then is the growth rate of the tree and how do we know? 4 feet. Say more words. 4 feet per year. So every time x goes up by 1, y goes up by 4. Guys, what we learned last chapter to show this is our growth triangle up by 4 over by 1, which would now put us at the point 1, 9, right? And we could also draw the growth triangle over then up. It doesn't matter which triangle we draw. But then, if it stays linear, we know we can graph the line, because 2 points make a line. So guys, if you need to write down this reminder in your notes, because some of you came to ask me about this as you were doing your homework, this, our B value, is what we call the y-intercept. It's where we start. The M, this multiplier, that's your growth. Questions? Now here's the crappy part, because there's always got to be a crappy part. Well, things go great until they don't go great.
Yeah.
What about when it's not in standard form? Or, sorry, what about when it is in standard form and we want to get it back into y equals mx plus b, which we call graphing form. So this is the form that we like. It's nice. I would almost say the E word about it, right? Because if we have it in y equals mx plus b form, b tells us where to start, m tells us how to move. But this is not nice. Go ahead and jot that on your paper. Negative 6x. Negative 6x plus 2y equals 10. I want you to turn to your teammate, talk with each other, and try to get this into y equals mx plus b form. So do algebra. Talk with each other.
My brain now.
Talk with each other. In his body. You are allowed to try first. Do you think it works out? What's the dangerous part of it?
Oh no, it
Then what did you do? I put it in. This is wrong. The first thing you described to me is fine. You're allowed to divide first, but what you write down is wrong. You didn't show your work. Because you're letting yourself be lazy, man.
I know what. Okay, trying to figure this out.
Write down what you have after you divide.
Yeah, my brain. My brain. I know we have to do it. How are we going to do it?
What you know, y and 5. Man, it's like showing your work, man.
Oh my goodness, showing our work matters?
Alright. UMass. You seen that science joke? Like you matter, UMass, because it's like the scale and the balance. Yeah. Do you get the difference between matter and mass? I can't quite explain it because I'm not a science teacher. Adele, did I call you? I did not, right? Adele. If we start with negative 6x plus 2y equals 10, what did you do first? Yeah, Adele, slay.
We added 6x plus 7.
Sure.
So we want to get the y on the
Remember, you're allowed to do whatever you want as long as you do it to both sides. You might take like a really long road to get there, but as long as you get there. All right, 2y equals 10. Don't forget to write your plus 6x that is now over there. And then, what'd you do, Adele? Divide both sides by 2. And when you, hey, hold up, make sure that you divide both pieces and you get y equals 5 plus 3x. And then we just have to kind of like fix this by doing what? Yeah, we can write it 3x plus 5, or you can leave it 5 plus 3x as long as you think about, okay, that's the slope, that's the y-intercept. But Zach, when we talked, you did not solve it this way.
Yeah.
You walked me through a different way. Can you talk me through that?
Okay. So I divided both sides by 2.
Oh wait, I thought Hudson always said we have to wait to divide.
Well, I am not following what Mr.
Who's shocked Zach's not following what I asked?
Not me!
Big surprise. Sorry, a little bit of shade. Go ahead.
I divided both sides by 2 because I wanted the 1y because it's good. And then
Because it's good. You are
Yeah.
correct.
and then I had y or negative 3x plus y.
So we still have negative 3x plus our 1y now equals, make sure you do that division.
Yeah.
And then what did you have to do?
And then I added 3x to both sides. And then I just split the 5.
Oh, same. We got to the same place, right? Multiple right ways to do this.
Florida.
All right, try. Are these on your paper?
5
No.
No. So, hold on. Great debate. How much time do I have? Oh, I have time. All right. So, trying to decide how many of these we should do. I want you and your teammate. I'll go ahead and leave it up to you. Pick one of these. Try to get it. But now, so if you want a challenge, pick like E or F. Probably D, E, or F. If you want a little bit easier of one, pick A, B, or C, and then once you solve one of them, go ahead and move on. You want, hold up. Hey, hold on. You're not getting one number as your answer. You're going to get like y equals mx plus b, right? Like there will still be multiple pieces. You just want one y by itself. Try whatever you want. I'll make sure I tell all of these. Oh, Lucy, you need the notes, right? Like this chapter notes. Oh, x squared? Like XX would be x squared. Yes, that does.
Wait a
happen.
minute.
Makes it called a parabola. Or if you pronounce it weirdly, it's a parabola.
And then you're
Okay, I already figured it out.
Then you got to do another one. If you're working that fast.
Yeah, but I have to walk in my house.
Yeah, you got to make sure you work as a team. Good call. I like it. This is the right.
Divided
No, that's
I don't know if any of you can solve all 6 in the amount of time that we have. You got 5 minutes. I want to see if anyone can solve all 6. I'm going to flip the 5-minute timer. You gentlemen are my witnesses. 5 minutes.
okay.
I remember getting that from the dentist.
When they put the fluoride in your mouth or whatever? Like,
No, they give me that and they'd be like, alright, so you spin this timer and then you brush your teeth.
oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I never used it.
You just like brush as long as you
I
can
would
just
just
fine.
play with it.
Have you guys moved on to your second one yet?
We're choosing which one we have. We just have.
Do you think the first one you did was kind of E-word? I would pick E or F. If you go less difficult, then we can go more difficult. I like it.
It's basically just a
Let's go. Sombra is
Yeah, I see. Sombras are so easy. One time I got mad when she was running away and I used the last flying hearts.
I'd say get rid of negative like 5.
If you did A, you should have gotten x minus 7 or x plus negative 7, which means the y-intercept is? Yeah, so 0, negative 7 would be that y-intercept, right? Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
I don't think y equals. Well, it does.
You said two
Why don't you think that?
Why don't I think y?
I just heard you say I don't think y equals x.
And then I changed my mind.
And y equals? Right? That is correct. Now you gotta do another one. Now wait a minute. Is that?
Wait, we can't do that.
I actually just
I
added
don't know.
That makes no sense.
No, it does.
Like that MB plus
X equals x. You got
Oh,
y.
what I did was find both things by the and then we have two sides.
So y equals x.
I got 2x.
It's just a and it is a nice diagonal line. Straight
Why you
towards it. Then everything shifts it from there. So you can imagine 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. You can visualize
No, then
We didn't need to add another variable.
it's not all going to be added.
But he said it was supposed to be
Hey, yo.
I'm gonna just raise my
If you did B, if you did B, all right, and then once the timer's out, I will do cards for any of the others. Once the timer's out, you guys have had your whole 5 minutes. Question, answer, comment, concern?
So, I'm guessing this is the answer. I would ask you. Because I thought it was supposed to be MX.
Well, could your y-intercept, is that a 0?
Yes.
Could your y-intercept be 0? Like, could your line pass through the origin point?
I mean,
Like, could your line go through here? Yeah, and then if y equals x, when x is 1, what would y be? If y equals x.
you can do that real quick. Oh, wait, no.
1, right? 1 and 1, 2 and 2, 3 and 3.
Straight line.
Diagonal, yeah.
Well, it's kind of a straight line if you're.
This is where mathematicians are like, well, every line is straight, because otherwise it's a curve.
If
And
your
all.
head's tilted this way, it's straight.
Ah, okay. And 5, and a 4, and a 3, 2, 1. Mason, do you have C, D, E, or F for me?
I have D.
D? Alright, what did you guys get for D?
For D, we had the original problem, and then we.
Sorry, I know, I need to fix these tables, I just don't know what to do. I need to put like some silicone up in there or something. Hey, don't do it on purpose. Come on, guys. I have to be in this room all day long. You're only in here for 45 minutes.
So for the first thing, for the exponents part on the left side, we did that.
I think you mean distributive. Because be careful, it's not an exponent, it's distributive. But you're right. What you did was right, because I already looked at what you guys did.
Plus, so now it's 2y plus
Now, I have a question. What you did is fine. But question. Okay, friends, if your eyes aren't up here, bring them up here. Instead of multiplying, could we divide by 2?
Yeah.
So just like Zach did back on that other problem, we could actually, instead of doing that multiplication, we could divide by 2. That would turn into a giant 1. We could divide by 2 here, and you get x minus 3, and then you go from there. But our final answer you get, Mason, was y equals what?
Y equals x plus 2. Wait, no, that's
I think that's the other one,
2y equals 2x.
which means 1y equals,
The same number.
yeah, 1y equals 1x.
X equals 1.
So, wait, if so what number is multiplying by the x? 1, so our growth is 1. What number is added on to the x? 0, so your y-intercept would be 0, 0, right? It's a straight diagonal, yes, every line is straight, quote unquote. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's not curved, right? So it's a straight line diagonal. So, I have cards.
Yeah, but
Lucy,
my part.
Lucy, Nick, and then no, you're right, I won't.
Yeah, see? That's what
Lucy, do you have C, E, or F?
Oh, yes, I do have all of those.
Do you want to pick one to give me?
I'll do. Wait, did you say E?
Just any that we haven't
Oh
done.
yeah,
C,
I'll do
E, or F.
E.
E, what do you got for E?
I got 0 equals y.
Yeah, y equals 0. Which, guys, is that a horizontal line or a vertical line?
Vertical. Or
Horizontal,
horizontal.
because it would be
Think
0,
about
0.
x, y. Where does y equal 0? Right here. Where else does y equal 0? There, there, there.
It can't be
there.
fully vertical.
Y equals 0 is the horizontal line.
Yeah, a
Y
line can't
equals
be vertical on a graph.
It can, then it's not a function, though.
Is the x-intercept 0 then?
Yeah, but
Does it
so is the
have an
y-intercept.
x-intercept?
So remember, we're not worried about the x-intercept. We're worried about the y-intercept.
No, I'm just like asking.
Which means
Yeah,
both
you're
of them
right.
are the
Like,
origin point.
If like it's not applicable.
Yeah, we don't talk about the x-intercept as much as the y-intercept. We'll get more into that later. I just only have 5 minutes left today. Guys, if it was x equals 0, that would be the vertical line, because that's where x is equal to 0 always. All right, moving on. Nick, do you have C or F?
I have f.
Sure.
So, like, should I?
Yeah, just what'd you get for your final answer? We'll just jump to that.
Final answer, I got y equals negative 3x plus negative 4.
Yeah, plus negative 4. Love it, you said that. Meaning the y-intercept is
Negative 4.
0, negative 4, right? We could just say negative 4, but it's nicer. And I'll just give C so we have time. Sorry, question?
What? Oh, I finished all of them. Do I get a prize?
Oh, well, no prize, but you get the pride of
Oh,
knowing
okay.
that you did awesome.
Lucy gets candy since she
5x.
solved all of them.
Negative 5x minus 2, right? Or negative 5x plus negative 2. All right, last thing we have for today. On your paper, right? On your paper. We have 7 minutes left. I want to see, starting with A, how far you can get. Start with A, do A first, then do B, right? Start at A, move your way down. Now, some of you have kind of cheated and you already started, but that's okay. Because as I walked around, I saw that some of you were already doing these problems. I mean, am I going to tell you stop doing math?
Yes.
No? I mean, unless like you owed another teacher other work.
I do.
You did what?
The Hudson Mash.
That was you. That was you thing. That was you thing.
I know.
Don't blame me for what you did. Blame you. It's a good thing. Blame doesn't mean bad at all. So, because we're definitely whispering, nobody heard us talk about the fact that you could divide first, not only in A. but also in B. And actually, there might be no. I don't know if there's another one that you could divide.
My humor is one of them.
You're humorous? That's an actual bone.
No, I mean like my humor. Like,
Do you think your humor's broken? You don't know what I'm going as for Halloween? A dad. Just so I can make terrible dad jokes all night.
I wanted to dress up as like cool for Halloween, but I hadn't got a costume yet, and I still haven't gotten one. So I'm just gonna dress up as something simple, Steven Universe, because all he has is a shirt and some pants.
Well, so my friends were like, you know the like progressive commercials where it's like, we can't stop you from becoming your parents? My friends always joke that like,
I
that's
want to
me.
dress up as the Geico lizard.
The Geico gecko, you mean?
Yeah, the lizard
Oh, I
guy.
forget if it's actually a gecko or not.
The British lizard.
You should have gotten
The British lizard.
for A. It should have straight up come out to be 5. A should have straight up come out to be 5. B, not a single number. B will not be a single number.
You said the E word.
I said B.
No, I said beast.
For where? Where'd the constant go? Where'd the 10 go? So wait, what did you?
Immediately proceeds to look over.
So this is wrong.
You're not
You need to show your work.
Yeah,
What you did, division by 5, is not wrong. You can divide by 5. But then you didn't show your work. You forgot.
Liam Baker, please come to the office. Liam, please come to the office.
Liam?
No, Liam Baker. Ah!
See me press the top, I'm not taking that. But that's just one. Guys, there are some of you that keep trying to not write your work out, and you are falling into the trap doors over and over again. Thank you for stopping backing up before I had to tell you, because I still have 2.5 minutes left. If first, because Nick was like, I want to divide by 5 here. Crap, there's a Y that I forgot to write. But Nick said, I want to divide by 5 here first. Totally fine. We can divide each side by 5. This will become 2/5 x plus y equals 2. But then, Nick, did you figure out what you forgot to do because you didn't write your steps? To get this off of this side and get the y by itself, what do we do? And then it's going to become negative over there. Minus 2/5 x to both sides. And this is going to become y equals negative 2/5 x plus 2, or you could have just had 2 minus 2/5 x. No, 2/5, 5 halves.
What?
I think their answer key is wrong. Because I think the work we did is good. X divides by 5 divides by 5. Their key is wrong. Oh, they solved it
Oh my
for
gosh,
X!
CPM is
Crap.
wrong!
Guys, we aren't solving for Y here. We're solving for X there.
Oh yeah, I made that
So-
mistake too.
This is what you get if you solve for Y.
I saw.
But if you carefully read what it says, it wanted us to solve. Oh, guys, I could just divide by 2 first then. So if I read what we're supposed to do,
Wait, I did some.
hey, doing the wrong thing there was still good practice. Doesn't matter that we didn't follow the directions. I mean, this time it doesn't matter that we didn't follow the directions. If I'm trying to solve for X, the nicer way, guys, is get this off of this side first. So minus 5y from both sides first. Then you'll have that by itself. And then divide. But it doesn't make a different answer. It's just kind of what we more normally do. We save the division for last. That's up to you. If you want partial numbers sooner or partial numbers later, that's up to you. That's all the time we got. Clip your papers where they go. Have a wonderful day.
See you later.
Is that like one of those?
After a while, crocodile.
Is that like one of those like news hosts or like game shows? Where, like, well, that's all the time we have for this time.
I mean, I steal different people's sign-offs. Like on Top Gear, they say, and on that bombshell, we'll see you next week. But I see you guys every day, so, and probably later today.